As the sun dipped below the Madrid skyline and began to rise over the shores of Rio de Janeiro, a seismic shift in world football was quietly unfolding. Carlo Ancelotti, one of the most decorated managers in the modern era, officially stepped into the role of Brazil's head coach. But while cameras flashed and journalists scrambled to fire off questions about South America's most iconic footballing nation, there was another narrative beginning to take shape. One that stretched far beyond Copacabana and all the way to the heart of Glasgow, in what should have been a moment focused solely on Brazil's future under one of football's great tacticians. An unexpected name kept surfacing, echoing from the press room in Rio to the pubs of Govan. That name, David Ancelotti, the son of Carlo, and for years his trusted assistant, suddenly found himself thrust into the center of speculation surrounding the next manager of Rangers Football Club. Now, let's be clear, this wasn't your typical rumor mill spin. Shamne, timing, the context, and most importantly, the source, all added a heavy dose of legitimacy to the whispers growing louder by the day. David Ancelotti, just 35 years old, with coaching experience at clubs that read like a UEFA Champions League winners list, Real Madrid, Bayern Munich, Napoli, and Everton, was now being seriously linked to Ibrox, and not just as a passing candidate. For the first time, it genuinely looked like Rangers were preparing for something bold, something different. Since Felipe Clement's departure, Rangers supporters have been searching for clarity, for direction, for a signal that the club is not only aware of the challenges ahead, but also willing to meet them head on. And into that atmosphere of anticipation entered the possibility of Ancelotti Jr., a young, tactically intelligent, and forward-thinking coach with footballing royalty in his blood, but his own identity taking shape under the world's brightest lights. And then just when the speculation seemed ready to boil over, Carlo Ancelotti himself added fuel to the fire. During his first official press conference as Brazil boss, he was asked about David. It might have seemed like a side question, a soft toss in an otherwise intense media session. But Carlo's response changed everything. David is currently in negotiations with a European club, he revealed. That's why I didn't think it was right to bring him with me now. If he joins that club, I wish him the best. If not, he can come back to us. That wasn't just a throwaway line. That was confirmation, real tangible confirmation that David Ancelotti is ready to step out from his father's shadow and lead his own project. And while the club in question wasn't named, all signs have been pointing toward Glasgow. For Rangers, the timing couldn't be more critical. A club rich in history but desperate to reclaim domestic dominance and reassert itself in Europe now finds itself at a crossroads. After a turbulent season, one that saw flashes of promise but ultimately ended in frustration, the Ibrox board knows they need a visionary, someone who can connect with the fans, manage a demanding dressing room, and outthink rivals week in, week out. Enter David Ancelotti. His name might not carry the immediate weight of a seasoned head coach, but dig a little deeper and the credentials speak for themselves. He's been beside his father for over a decade, absorbing the nuances of top-tier management, adapting to different cultures, understanding dressing room dynamics at the very highest level. From the pressure cookers of Naples to the bright lights of Madrid, he's seen it all. And more than just a passive observer, David has taken on real tactical responsibilities, particularly in recent years, earning admiration from within coaching circles for his analytical mind and calm authority. In many ways, he represents the new wave of coaches sweeping through European football, managers who value data flexibility and emotional intelligence as much as they do tradition and experience. He's part of a generation that grew up with football in its most global, most advanced form. A generation not afraid to challenge outdated norms, and that might be exactly what Rangers need right now. Make no mistake, the Ibrox job is no easy gig. The expectations are enormous, the media scrutiny relentless, and the rivalry with Celtic as fierce as ever. But for someone like David, this could be the perfect proving ground. A chance to stamp his identity, take full control, and show the world. He's not just Carlo's son, he's his own man. And for the Rangers faithful, the appeal is clear. They've seen what happens when the club takes bold decisions. Steven Gerrard's arrival, despite skepticism, brought silverware back to the blue side of Glasgow and reminded the footballing world what this club is capable of. With Ancelotti, there's that same feeling, that hint of something exciting, something Fresh something that could reignite the fire inside Ibrox. Of course, nothing is official yet. There are still discussions to be had, contracts to be signed, and perhaps other candidates to be considered. But the tone has shifted. This is no longer wild speculation. Carlo's words opened the door, and now it's up to Rangers to walk through it. Meanwhile, the club continues to reshape its squad ahead of the 2024-25 season. No fewer than 9 players are set to return from loan spells, adding depth competition, and in some cases, intriguing options for the incoming manager, whoever that may be. Ben Davies is expected back after a successful stint with Birmingham City, where he played a crucial role in their League One promotion campaign. Kieran Dowell, who joined mid-season, managed 5 goals and 5 assists across 23 appearances, making a strong case for more regular involvement at Ibrox. Robbie Fraser also returns fresh off helping Livingston secure a dramatic promotion to the Scottish Premiership. The young left-back under contract until 2026 played the full 90 minutes in a thrilling playoff win over Ross County and could offer youthful energy and versatility in defense. Others returning include Matondo and Jose Cifuentes, who had mixed experiences abroad. Matondo's time in Germany was underwhelming, while Cifuentes notched a goal in 23 appearances for Aris Thessaloniki in Greece. Their futures remain uncertain, but their contracts keep them tied to the club for now. Homegrown talents Cole McKinnon, Adam Devine, and Kieran Wright also rejoined the group after spending the season gaining experience in the Scottish Championship. Their deals are set to expire this summer, putting pressure on both the players and the club to decide what comes next. And then there's Leon King, who wrapped up the season with Queen's Park. He managed 8 appearances and now returns to Ibrox, still viewed as one of the club's promising young defenders with potential to break into the first team setup. All of this movement points to one key reality: whoever takes the reins at Rangers will have a lot to work with. A mix of youth and experience returning loanies and the opportunity to shape the squad in their image. For someone like David Ancelotti, it's not just a job, it's a canvas. Interestingly, while speculation surrounds the next managerial appointment, another familiar name recently spoke up. Neil Warnock, a veteran of English football, shared that he once dreamed of managing Rangers. His admiration for the club has never been hidden, and although the opportunity never materialized, he spoke candidly about the unique allure of Ibrox and the challenges that come with leading such a storied institution. He also didn't hold back on his thoughts about former manager Philippe Clement, calling him arrogant and admitting he never saw eye to eye with the Belgian. While Warnock himself won't be the man in charge, his comments reflect just how passionate the wider football community is about the Rangers' role and how high expectations truly are. Finally, a bit of closure for one player who recently left the club. Rangers forward Cyril Desires has broken his silence after being released, admitting he's still unsure where he'll land next. At 26, he knows this is a crucial moment in his career and wants to find a club that both inspires him and aligns with his personal goals. While his time at Rangers may be over, he expressed gratitude for the opportunity and pride in what he accomplished in Glasgow. But all eyes for now remain firmly on David Ancelotti. The pieces are falling into place. The timing feels right. The stage, though intense, is set, and whether or not Ibrox becomes his new home, one thing is certain: he's ready to lead, ready to define his own path, and maybe, just maybe, ready to bring a new era to Rangers Football Club. With speculation at fever pitch and Rangers fans eagerly awaiting official word, the narrative surrounding David Ancelotti continues to intensify. If the first signs were subtle whispers, they've now evolved into a storm of anticipation swirling through Glasgow. Every day, new murmurs emerge from Ibrox linking the Italian coach to the hot seat, and although neither Rangers nor David himself have spoken publicly, Carlo's admission has left little doubt that serious conversations are underway. Inside the club, there's an understanding that this next appointment must be more than a stopgap. It needs to signal a shift, a new direction, not just for the squad, but for the identity of the club. After years of inconsistency and managerial turnover, supporters are desperate for someone who can plant their feet firmly and lead with vision and conviction. David Ancelotti, with his mix of youth and elite exposure, ticks boxes that few other candidates do. He's seen how the best prepare, how they recover from setbacks, how they manage egos and extract performance at the highest level. He's not someone learning on the job. He's already lived it, albeit from the assistant seat. But now comes the true test. The shift from advisor to decision maker, from preparing others to stepping into the line of fire himself. The Scottish Premiership offers no soft landing. The scrutiny is unforgiving, the fixtures relentless, and the rivalry with Celtic defines legacies. It's not a place for experiments. It's a place where bold choices either spark revolutions or end in regret. That's why the mere idea of Ancelotti at the helm is both thrilling and nerve-wracking for fans. The potential is undeniable, but so are the risks. And yet maybe that's precisely what's needed. Not another recycled name from the managerial merry-go-round, but someone who brings fresh eyes, new ideas, and isn't haunted by previous failures elsewhere. Someone with something to prove not just to the world, but to himself. The fact that he's reportedly intrigued by the Rangers project speaks volumes. He's not chasing comfort or prestige. He's looking for the right moment to launch his solo journey. And perhaps in Rangers, he sees a sleeping giant ready to rise again. Meanwhile, the club's recruitment department continues to map out the summer window, identifying areas for reinforcement and assessing the viability of returning loanees. The message from the boardroom is clear: whoever takes over will be backed, but spending must be smart. The days of scattergun signings and inflated wage bills are gone. This is now about sustainability with ambition, building a team that can not only challenge Celtic domestically, but also compete with credibility in Europe. That's where someone like David Ancelotti becomes even more appealing. His experience with top-tier clubs means he understands the demands of European nights. He knows how to prepare for two-legged ties, how to rotate squads, and how to manage energy through grueling seasons. And crucially, his network across the continent could open doors to loan deals, young talents, and undervalued assets that might otherwise be out of reach. Rangers fans know that the road ahead won't be easy. Reclaiming dominance in Scotland will require more than a tactical shift. It will take cultural change, accountability, and a clear long-term strategy. But as the pieces start to align and the noise around David grows louder, it's hard not to feel a sense of momentum building. Like something is coming. Like this could be the start of something we haven't seen in years. Because while names come and go in football eras are defined by those who dare to be different, David Ancelotti might just be the one bold enough to take that leap. And if he does, he won't be walking into a club looking for a savior. He'll be joining a fan base ready to believe again, ready to support, to challenge, to demand the very best. That's the weight of the Rangers' job. But it's also the beauty of it. And right now, for the first time in a long time, it feels like something is shifting. The question now is whether that shift becomes a spark, whether this moment becomes a movement, and whether David Ancelotti becomes the man to lead it. Before we continue, make sure to subscribe to our channel and turn on notifications to get all the exclusive news about Rangers FC. Don't overlook any details about your beloved team. It's crucial for Rangers FC fans. Rumors are astirring in Govan as whispers grow louder about the latest addition to the Rangers' midfield ranks. Word on the street is that METINHO, the dynamic young Brazilian, is settling in nicely at Ibrox and could soon become the pivotal figure in Felipe Clement's plans. While the club's official stance remains tight-lipped, insiders close to the dressing room hint that METINHO is impressing the gaffer and teammates alike with his composure on the bay, tactical awareness, and relentless work rate. At just 21, METINHO, full name Mateus Lima, is already causing quite the stir amongst supporters who've been catching glimpses of his silky skills in training sessions. Though he's still adjusting to the physicality of the Scottish Premiership, there's talk that he's no far off a regular starting berth, especially as the girls look to bolster their squad depth ahead or a pivotal run-in across domestic and European fronts. Some say he's the ideal fit for the number 6 role, providing a calm presence to shield the defense while distributing passes with precision. Others see him as a more advanced option, linking up with the likes of Todd Cantwell and Tom Lawrence in the heart of midfield. Either way, the consensus is clear. METINHO's versatility could prove invaluable as Rangers seek to wrestle back the league title from their Glaswegian rivals. Nay, official word has confirmed whether METINHO will feature prominently in the upcoming fixtures, but the buzz around Howie suggests he's making all the right moves. The Ibrox faithful, always eager for the next cult hero, may soon have a new name to chant for the stands. Is METINHO the next big thing to light up Govan? Only time will tell, but for now the rumor mill is spinning at full tilt. Greetings. Fans, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel, as it's greatly appreciated by Rangers FC. And don't forget to share your thoughts on the news in the comment section below. Until the next video, stay tuned.